Cites the hottest topics of the moment and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. We'll Talk with Lavi covers all. Let's get real. Wednesday nights at 8 on Win FM.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Listens to Win FM 98.9.
Win FM 98.9. You found the sound. 98.9. Win FM.
All right. Good evening, wherever you are. Once again, this is your girl, Lavi. And I'm back here to present to you Real Talk with Lavi. It's a beautiful Wednesday evening, and it is exactly 8 o'clock Eastern Time, right here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. If you're just in tune, hey, welcome. If this is your first time, also welcome. And make sure that you share the page if you're out there on social media. And of course, those right here in the Federation, St. Kitts, on the soil, listening right now, please. Tonight, we are going to have the topic, family and culture. And as you know, We have been seeing so much of things that is happening right here in our federation, and it's not good. And there's a lot of persons that don't want us to talk, don't want us to speak about it, but we need to speak about it. Because if something is not good, we need to find the root of the problem and see how we can come together to solve this ongoing pain, this evil, whatever is happening here in St. Kitts. We cannot have this continuing. So tonight I am going to be speaking on family and culture, and I'm actually going to bring it to you in my own way, and it's going to be the organic communication as to what many of us have been learned when we were younger. And we know when it comes to culture, one would say it's a culture. That is why the people are acting the way how they're acting. So every generation, people, they bring their own generation, but at the same time, that family, that traditional upbringing, I don't care what nobody say, but there's a level of traditional upbringing that we should carry on with us no matter what. Yes. So once again, it's a pleasant good evening if you're over there across in the countryside in St. Kitts, if you're in the Basseterre area, if you're over there in Nevis, the nearby islands, wherever you are. I am Lavi Gumbs, and I am, as you know, I'm from the island of St. Kitts, St. Peter's to be exact. But I would not really limit myself just because I'm from St. Peter's. I've run a business over the years. Many would have known me to have a beauty salon in various parts of Basseterre. And today I am still in the business, but I kind of want to do more of the teaching. I feel that when you have put in so much work, there comes a point in time that you should, have something to show with your years of experience and, of course, your qualifications. And just that level of leverage of maturity and experience in what you have been learning all these years and willing to share it and give it back to others. And this is how all this is going to play a part of our culture. And what we are seeing right now, and it's not just St. Kitts, as one would say, not just St. Kitts and Nevis, but we're seeing a pattern and a trend that is happening right here in our Caribbean island, especially the West Indies, the Leeward Islands, the Windward Islands, across in Jamaica, wherever it is in the Caribbean. We're seeing a trend where we are losing our young men, people. And the violence, crime and violence, is getting really, really out of hand. And, crime has always been there, but the crime that we are seeing, and I could tell you this much, the crime that when I was growing up, I never witnessed this kind of crime. I would see it on the TV, not here in St. Kitts. So everybody will have their different experience, but right now this crime and violence is a public health crisis or issue. Some people don't want to acknowledge that it's a public health issue. Some people probably just want to take out the public and just settle for it as a health issue. But we still need the public to be involved. And back in the days, when you hear of crime and violence, you just think of law enforcement in terms of the police and everything go through the law. But as you know, the police need the community. The police need the public. The public needs the law enforcement. So I could see where this is really a crime and violence is a public health crisis. And it can affect people in so many areas. And when I said health also, mental, the effect of these things that are happening here affecting people in many different ways. I would tell you guys this much. As an entrepreneur, a salon owner, over the years, go back as far as 1988, I would have never thought, like I said, where I'm at right now, to be speaking on this level. But it actually made me and give me the reason to want to really talk, because I am on the grounds, the kind of business that I am in, persons that are in like entrepreneurship, barbers, hairdressers, nail techs, estheticians, what else? Bartenders, waitresses, anyone that deals with the public, the private sectors also, but they are persons that have heavy traffic, persons that are dealing with food, especially when you go to like a barber shop, hairdressers are at the bars. You tend to sit down and sometimes you will talk and you'll be surprised at the things that some of these people will come and say. So it is a public health crisis. And in order for us to fight this, we basically have to come together. And this is how I feel that I can give back to my community, is by making a difference and being able to create a positive platform that I can relate to the people that I know and the people of my heritage, my culture, and I feel that when I was growing up, I was able to listen to other various media, and it was very friendly at the time. I could have tuned in, and I hope I can call some of these places tonight on Win FM. I used to tune in to ZIZ, and that was always like the local radio station. And when you tune in, you had Miss Polly Manchester, you had the late, what's his name, Cons Edwards, you had Via Galloway, you had a number of people, Junie Liebert, and I learned a lot from them, and especially even Ronnie Rascal. And this is why I was able to not be afraid to be a radio talk host. Even my cousin, Wabuka Hobson, Wabuka Bass, up there in St. Peter's, he had a disco called, the Monkey, the Flower Pot disco. And at that time, like I said, I grew up in a community that even when these things was happening, people had fun. I mean, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis used to go out and have fun, but at the same time, they used to be enjoying themselves. You have a little fight here and there, things can happen, but not as deadly and as wicked. And this reprisal thing where, these people just basically taking a life that don't even matter. They're going after your children now. They're going after the mothers, grandparents, because people, let's face it, even though when we hear women, some of these women, they have children and they have grandchildren. So they're going after women, not just women, but bear in mind, these women are mothers and grandmother. You understand? So you have your little children going to be coming up and asking, where is mommy? They can't find their mommy. And I think a lot of these things that are happening here can be prevented. And it can be prevented if we put ourselves to inhale and just instrument a positivity inside of us. Tonight is the first time, I must say, I am now feeling a little bit better. I normally suffer from sinus, but not like this. I feel something is in the air. I don't know what it is, but someone was also telling me there's a outbreak in the Virgin Islands with dengue fever. So people, there's so much other things to be thankful and to be happy for, knowing that you can breathe, but we cannot go out and encourage violence in our country. And if you're part of the violence and you're encouraging, whether your mother, your auntie, your uncle, a girlfriend, a friend, and you encourage these kind of things, knowing that you're harboring criminals, that's not right. I mean, my children, for sure, I'm going to tell you this, I'm not perfect. I mean, nobody want to call out the children when you hear these things happening, because it's your children, that's your babies. But my children and I, sometimes they don't understand the mother, because I stand for honesty, and I feel that if I bring you up in my home and you are my family, as a parent, I'm going to nurture you. And nurture, if I can define what is nurture, it is to guide, protect, educate to adulthood. If I miss anything, you guys could tell me, but that's what parenting is about. You have to be able to nurture guide. And I'm going to repeat it again. Because when it comes to family and family upbringing, family is not just getting children and they look cute and you send them to school and that's it. You have to be able to parent and be a parent by nurturing. You become a nurturer. And you got to guide that child. You got to protect that child. You have to educate that child through adulthood. You hear what I'm saying, people? And this is why I said, as a hairstylist, coming from St. Peter's, I could tell you the amount of fight down I got. But I also was, I came from a strong traditional upbringing. And I was also able to not just focus on the amount of fight down, but I was also able to focus on the amount of positivity that was lifting me and say, Lavi, I appreciate what you're doing. And I feel today, this little small federation, we need prayers in many areas. The church have its task, but we as a people, we can't just depend on the church. Everybody have to depend on each other if we want to make St. Kitts better. And no amount of politicians that go in there and we're going to be blaming and saying this, and if this was in, it's going to be better. Nothing cannot be better if our culture, the people, our mindset, it has to change for the better. Tonight, I want to acknowledge a few folks on the internet. I want to say good evening to Mr. Jerwan Walwin. I got to say good evening to Miss Carmen Liebert. And of course, I got to say good evening to Rabuka Bass. I got to say good evening to my daughter. And I feel very extra special knowing that my daughter is 27 years old, because this is what's missing here in our federation. I do not think that we understand the importance of family. And of course, there are others out there that understand it. So I am really speaking to those that don't really understand the importance of family. Family is not something where people are going to say, well, blood thicker than water, and that's it. It is more than that, because sometimes we just do the talk and we really don't appreciate our family. So once again, if you're just in tune, it is 8:14. Tonight's topic is, we basically want to speak on family building and the culture. So if you want to maybe call in and be a part of this positive grassroots program called Real Talk with Lavi, I am only here to present it with your people. I'm not here trying to be like. I just want to be able to know that I am making a positive instrument back right here to my people. We're only here for a time. So if you're out there and you're listening and you have something positive to contribute, please contribute and let us help to build St. Kitts. We cannot just depend and feel, well, a politician is our savior. Politicians supposed to be leaders, yes, but at the same time, if we, the people, are really positive, we'll be able to be choosing positive leaders. And hopefully make those leaders to do their job. Because, these jobs are only given, they can be taken away at any time. These are not permanent jobs, people. And we, the people, have the power to make these politicians to be role models, because our children are out there waiting on them and listening to them. Our children, when you hear the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Governor General, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Premier of any country, the Governor, the President, these are people you would want your children to go and listen to, and basically, you want them to be like them, not necessarily that they're going to be like them, but they have something to uplift, And if what we're seeing here in St. Kitts, surprisingly, let me say St. Kitts and Nevis, surprisingly, which is something good. I don't know if you guys realize, But we have more or less the people that are going into our to be our political leaders. The majority of them are men. So if the majority of our men are in politics today, and these are the prime ministers, these are the heads of our country, even when you look at the commissioner of police, a man, right? The head of the health, the PS, a man. So we have to look at some of these, and we really have to put a gender to it, right? Our men have to do better, because persons that are holding these positions, y'all need to live up to your positions, not just hold the jobs. And, the public want to hear you guys. The public don't necessarily want to hear you to criticize you, but they just want to hear your input, and even persons that was in these positions, and some of them are retired, they don't even come back and give their voice. They're just gone asylum. And I must say that I've come to realize why many of them are just gone in asylum and just can't be bothered, because our culture, our people, the mindset is dirty bad. So a lot of people don't want to deal with it. I've approached some people to come on the show who was in education and done retire, and they say, Lavi, I really listen to your show and God bless you. You have the heart and the encouragement, and I want to tell you, continue doing it. But she said, I've done so much, and they don't want to be a part of it. They don't want, because when they listen and they hear, when people call in and they pick up the phone to really go and dirty people. And this is why our little island has come like that, because I don't want to say they're intelligent, but the God-fearing, positive people of St. Kitts and Nevis, it's not that they don't want to come forward, but the negativity that is coming at them, they just rather not to be out there. And even persons that are going in to be these prime ministers and premier and those kind of position, they too are facing some real, I would say, dreadful violence in a different form, right? And could you imagine the mental capacity that this can create on everyone? So right now, like I said, family and culture matter. I have someone that said, family is not just about blood relatives, it's about the love for each other. And this is coming in from Massive, that's Clayton Massive. And this just to show you, right, there's a number of persons out there that are not living here in St. Kitts and Nevis, but they're still a part of St. Kitts. They call them the diaspora, right? And a lot of them are very encouraged and feel blessed to know that they can tune in to any of the radio station, because this is how they get to know what is happening back in their country. And when you're out there and you're hearing these things on the radio, and even when you're seeing the reports or the news line and the negativity that is coming out from St. Kitts, it have a lot of the people scared. And I'm telling you that I am down here in St. Kitts. And when I used to be out there, I used to feel so scared, because here is it, you think of big America. And I could have gone and have my door open, and it is so frightening, and, it's terrifying. And I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, people. It is terrifying knowing that you can't even open up your doors like that, or maybe go out on your veranda and just relax like that. Even if you ain't doing nobody nothing, you don't know who's going to come at you because they think you have something. And if some of them only know, right, that you're struggling, even worse than them, If they only know that sometimes not because you don't look dirty and you ain't look out there like you have the wall of problems on your shoulder. Sometimes you have it so bad, but you're not going out there going to let nobody know anything. And this is where it comes back from, your traditional upbringing. I got to say once again, a pleasant good evening to Dr. C.G. Walwyn. He's over there in Texas. And this man has always find time to tune in. If he ain't tune in, he's either out, but he goes back and he listens to what is happening here in St. Kitts and Nevis. He said, please extend my condolences to the bereaved families. Joyce, our heart goes out to you. Yeah. And Carmen Liebert is saying, people of St. Peter's, Mella from Stapleton passed away in Anguilla. Huh? Oh, Mello. Oh, wow. Have my condolences. Someone is saying the people of St. Peter's, Mello from St. Peter's passed away in Anguilla. So condolences again. And like I said, we're born and we're going to die. And I don't think that, especially in our black race, small island, right? I don't think that we have really been taught how to prepare for death, or can anyone really prepare for death? I don't think anyone can prepare for death, but there are different ways you can prepare for death, of course, because people have to live on after. But it's just the way how these deaths are coming at us. You're having healthy body people, young men just killing one another. For what? And this has been going on. And let me tell you guys this here. When it comes to drugs, sex, alcohol, smokes, whatever you want to call it, a reckless living, fast life is going to come with violence. The guns, whatever, if you're doing things illegal, and if you're doing things that you got to hide to make a living, something is wrong. And it's going to catch up on you guys. It's going to catch up. Let me tell you this here. As I said, this is Real Talk with Lavi. And those who know me, they're not surprised, because they know that I'm well rooted. I'm a traditional organic woman. And those who don't know me, and if you're surprised, well, thank you for being here. But the reason why I have to present my show like this, there's no other show in the Federation where we can actually allow people to be themselves. Everybody have to present or bring their message. Once it's not affecting anybody, but it's basically by empowering other people, because it might not touch a particular person. Maybe it's not cut the way how they want it to cut, but maybe it might help for the person that is uncut, right? So I basically just want to let you guys know that I can speak like this because I know the street. But did I grow up on the street? No. And why I said I know the street, I don't know if you guys remember, Tanya Stevens had a song, "These streets don't know you like I do." You better know that. You understand, people? So what Tanya is basically saying, and that is what's happening, even the guys that say that they in gang, these young men, they don't know the streets. Because if they know the street, why is the street eating them up? Right? And this is why it comes right back down to family, and it starts from in the home. I want to read this here tonight. Someone is saying we need more love and respect for each other. This is coming from Burl B.J. Jones. And this person is also saying condolences to the family of an old friend, Yamba Ernest, passing. Yes, I also got to say condolences to Yamba Ernest, to his lovely wife, a past queen, and his friends. I know Yamba, a very humble guy. And, it's so much the crime and the way how things has been happening here, that even persons that are passing away from health issues, if you're not careful, they're just being neglected because of the violence that is stalking us. You understand? But there's a lot of persons out there are mourning. They're in mourning for different reasons, right? And I just got to say, like I said, tonight I wanted to take the time out to see if I can come and present this message by myself. And I don't need nobody to script me, because I was a kid. I basically grew up in a home. And when what the home ain't give to you, your neighbor give to you. What your neighbor ain't give to you, the village give to you. What the village ain't give you, the school, the teachers, the pastors, the church, the police, Everybody played a role. And you're going to tell me that people are going to say, okay, oh, it's old time days. Generation changes, but if one thing never changes, is respect and giving back respect to people. And this is why Lavi Gumbs of the Real Talk, I can be here and there's nothing that anybody said bad about me. And when you have other persons that I would respect, and when you see some of these persons under these comments liking and rejoicing, it tells us a lot about who our people, who we are, and where our mindset is, which is not good. You know, I got to say good evening to Miss Brenda Proctor. Nice seeing you here. Good evening to Claudine Saunders. Unfortunately, I know some people don't want the name called, but your name is being shown online, so please forgive me. It's pure love that I just want to share here tonight. And I'm a very passionate person, right? And I think people get mixed up with when you're passionate from being emotional. Being passionate and being emotional is totally different, you know? And there's some people that don't know to control their emotions. And there's some people that don't know how to show their emotions. And I find that a lot of us, we give so much opinions and perspective of other people. And if you don't look sharp, you let these people decide who you are as a people or as a person. And 95% of the time, if not 99% of the time, persons who will be saying all these things and negativity of other persons, people, their life not set right, their home not the right. I'm telling you. Because if you don't, as an adult, and you basically don't even know how to solve conflict or share love, you know what I mean? And I see what people are putting on the thread tonight. Shed love. Got to say good evening to Mr. Silva and Ijason. Pleasant good night to you. Got to say good evening once again to Mr. Patrick Brown. Good to see you here, Mr. Luther Kelly. It's good to basically see that we're having a lot of our locals on the thread listening tonight. I know sometimes we tend not, who we think we're supposed to listen to, we don't listen. And we have this thing where everybody feel, well, if they don't have a lot of likes, nobody listening. But believe it or not, it's not the amount of phone calls that call in on a radio show tell you that people are listening. There's so many people would see me or see other people, and they will tell you, I was listening, and then everybody want to call in or in a position to call in. You know, there's a lot of persons don't even have internet, so some people still depend on the radio. And I know certain places in St. Kitts is not every radio station can be heard throughout the entire island. So sometimes you're not hearing people because of where they are. But I just want to basically, if you're on the line tonight, share the page. If you're on the line tonight, or if you're out there listening, even if you're behind bars in jail, people, change your life. Change your life. Even if you're not going to come back out on the outside, do something wherever you are. Evilness, nothing come good out of evil. Anybody can call in here on the radio station or call me or basically tell anybody else, what do you get out of revenge? It's going to catch up on you. And what these people are doing now, they're going after your family, the innocent people. You know, believe it or not, when we think we're going to throw up our hands and feel like this is not affecting us, it's going to affect us. So yes, crime and violence is definitely a public health issue, because you never know that when these lunatics come in and you happen to be with that person. I know there is a particular person passed away recently through gunshot, and in less than 2 hours, I literally was with that person. Now, do I know anything about the person besides being with them? No. And it's kind of scary, because you will have people say, girl, don't go tell nobody this, you know. Don't tell nobody that. But, you know, it's so unfortunate that we have come a culture where we're so scared in one way, but we're not when it comes to pull down and fight down our people. We ain't afraid to tell them we bold and we big and we just brawl with it. You see how they're cussing out the politicians, no matter who is our prime minister. You see the way how our people going after them, right? So it tells us too that our leaders gonna have to actually start to show some examples, right? I gotta say, this person is saying we need to overcome evil with good. I really don't know what is happening here with our people, but let's go back and let's deal with our family. When it comes to family basically is a body of people. So you could have somebody without getting any children with a person, and that's your family. But we are talking family in terms of everybody as a family, because you can be in that home and you're not blood related to the person, but you come from out of that home, right? And I think that what is missing here in our beautiful country, a place that I know, we used to say St. Kitts sexy. When I go to St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, and people hear my accent, they say, Sugar City. Listen, me ain't telling a lie, right? My head used to swell. I used to feel so good. And now, where is that sweetness? When you hear the New Vibes, when New Vibes hit, that song that New Vibes hit with, and if everybody could remember that one song, is Sugar. And that's why they even call the band up until now. You could play the song, pull it up now. See if you find it. Sugar Band, the land of sugar, right? Yes, the land of sugar. So I am appealing to our people. If you're in a household, people share love. And sometimes it's very, very difficult to share the love, because trust me, sometimes it's your own family. Because, as they say, come see me and come live with me. It's not the same. And there's some children that are very, very tedious. Some children are they just don't listen to the parents, especially mothers. And, the majority of these young men, I'm sure if you have to have an interview with a lot of them, some of them probably done dead, they gone crazy, or they're in jail. But if you go and ask those that are incarcerated, I am quite sure the majority of the time they will tell you they did not listen to either the mother, the auntie. Because when it comes to women are supposed to be nurturers. And a real good woman, she's going to tell you the truth. She's not going to lie to you. And a woman is like an instinct. And that is why they always say, follow your instinct. And that is what's happening is a lot of unruly boys, the peer pressure. And some of them will tell you between the age of 13, 14, 15. But between 13 and 14, a lot of those young guys, when they go to probably the high school, they're already facing peer pressure. And peer pressure meaning they have to smoke, they have to do something because the other guys are calling them punk. My son, you're a punk. You're punking, right? And a lot of women, we don't know that. We don't know what some of these young guys are dealing with. And the thing about it, a woman cannot teach a boy how to be a man. We can only do so much. And this is why so many young men are coming up very feminine, because of the feminine inside of the woman, the way how we are presenting our nurture to them when they basically come from the womb, they get the breasts. If I could tell you, I've been through it. You see your little son out there at 3-4 years old, he got a little fall, you done ready to run, and you don't want him cry. And if you have a boy now, the father will say, man, leave the boy, he got to get a little fall. So you see what is really missing, and that is where family building, we need both people in the black race. Because you look around here in St. Kitts and Nevis, the people that are dropping, the majority of them, and I can't say they come from broken homes because some of them come from great homes, but if they went astray. So who failed our generation? Where did we drop the ball? Because I have been back here in St. Kitts and Nevis, believe it or not. I don't put my business on social media, but I'm going to let you guys know. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. For those that don't know, you're going to get to hear tonight. I have been back in St. Kitts and Nevis for the past 2 years. And every time I go to Bastia or if I go anywhere, there are persons asking me when I come or they didn't know that I am here. And you know why they don't know that I'm here? Because I go where I need to go. If I have to go to pay a bill, if I have to go at a particular place, that's where I would go. I don't have to go any place just to go down the road to lighter. And it has nothing to do with my age. I was always that type of person. I was always a popular, the it girl. Believe it or not, even up until now, right? But did I let that get to my head? No. And this is the thing. People need balancing and need to know how to come to their true self, their own identity. Because being famous or being whatever popular, you have to remember that you're human. Because at the end of the day, the people that put you up is the same people that are going to take you down. And I know if you ask all the politicians, they will tell you how they get in and how they get out. And I have not seen, in my lifetime, I have not seen one politician goes in to office in St. Kitts and Nevis and come out hooray. So you see what I'm talking about? The people, they fight to take you out, and they do the same thing to put you in. So they put you in, fighting, and they take you out, fighting. But I'm saying this, right? Because if we really have confidence and that traditional upbringing, that values and understand who you are, you won't really change, You won't walk around and feel like you're better than nobody because you have a position or you have a title, a status. Because I would tell you guys this much. You see a lot of people even married. They get married and a lot of them, it tells you no matter how much money that you have, right? If people married for the right reason and get to know people and like you or love you for who you are, when you have it and when you don't have it, when you're sick, when you're healthy, whenever situation arises, they will still be around. So it tells you that people are getting married to people for their fame, for their status, their job title, where they live, how they look. And when all that wears off, where are you? And this is why you see a lot of men. When women start aging, they get children, the body probably don't look the same, but the men's body don't look the same either. But they bash the woman and they go and they look for a young girl. And you know what is so intriguing? When they go and they find these younger women to replace, or they think, whatever they think they're replacing, because whatever they're replacing is just an ego. Because if you get sick today or tomorrow, you know who's going to take care of you? Check all the nursing homes and tell me if you see anybody in there between the age of 18 and 20, 21, 24, under 25, under 28. I'm just, tell me who wants to go in this place to go clean people doo-doo. You understand? And to have the old people basically curse back at you and throw the doo-doo at you and spit in your face. It's older, mature women. And this is why it is very important, what I'm seeing here in my country, to build family and to change the mindset of the culture in the negative that it's going, we need not to separate our people by age. We need that inclusion. I understand that fair share for everyone, and we should want to basically give young people a chance. But I feel give all lives a chance. And we need to stop put an age bracket to our people. Because if we don't have any heads in the home, and this is why a lot of families right now, the children, we are failing the children because of the homes. Many children don't even see grandparents. Some grandparents probably already died. The uncles and aunties, some of them look just like the children that is being born. Even some of the mothers, you don't even know who is mother from child. Mother getting pregnant, children getting pregnant, right? So you find that sometimes maybe a mother that is going to become a grandmother is literally pregnant, because some of them are from 30 years up. Because if a woman get a child at the age of 12, 13, 14, 12 and 12 is how much? Do the maths. Can you tell me? 24, right? So if somebody get a child at 15 years old, at 30, and if the generation continue, so we're looking at a totally different generation. I heard people said that back in the days, people used to get children very young, and they get them for multiple different, sometimes for the neighbors. You had a lot of incest, which is still going on. But I am telling you guys, that family nurture in the home is needed. And if we know the homes in St. Kitts that need, let me say St. Kitts and Nevis, please. And whoever is listening to me right now, people, if we know, and I'm going to repeat, I'm going to change the words a bit. I'm appealing to everyone out there in St. Kitts and Nevis right now. If you know a home that needs help, people, try and give your help. And if you can't give your help, encourage somebody else to go and give their help. Find the political leaders that's supposed to be community leaders in these places and let them know about these families. We should not just want to call out families when children are being abused, but we should also find these families that you can give a lending hand to. I have my granddaughter, and she was here spending some time with me, and she had a number of clothing. Now, what am I going to do with clothing for 2 years? And I found people that can use these same clothing, and half these clothing, some of them was brand new, and some of them is children, So I feel like we as a people, we need to do more. We need to do more for our people. And we can do it. And we can do it if we do not just spend time just calling out the politicians, right? And I'm not giving the politicians a break, don't get me wrong. But if we, the people, change our mindset and our culture by being positive, we now can hold persons that we put in position to be positive and to basically go in there and do the job that they're supposed to do. Because what we're seeing here in St. Kitts, and as we get older, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of people, believe it or not, is the same indigenous people that some of you think taken for fools. They are getting older and understanding what is happening with these political groups. You go and you shout in large crowds and you put them in. And at the end of the day, in order for anybody to get a job first, it's not really by your qualifications. It's who are basically in these political groups and in the executives. And this is something that I find that political groups need to, listen, you want the trust from the people, you want families, because family cannot do it alone without leaders. Because when you don't train your good child in the house, when some people say families, parents not doing this, mothers not doing this, they're mothers that are doing their job. They're fathers that are doing their jobs. But your child have to go out. You can't lock them up. They got to go to the street. They got to go to work. They got to go to school. Right? I just think that we really need to do something. And I hear people talking about they want to go to march, but the intention what a lot of people want to go to march for is not good. They just want to go to march to get the people to do like what happened in 93, to take out a government. But at the end of the day, our people ain't going to love. We need more than that. If we're going to go to the street, we need more than going to the street. You need to have a reason why you're going to the street. And you need to have a plan when you go to the street. We have so much people have all the knowledge, all the banking skills, all the this, all the that. And all they do is just share it and they talk at. But there's a number of persons not at that level. But how many people are going to go and maybe go to the neighbor or adopt a child? We've seen where the white Americans, they will come and adopt our black children. You have a lot of politicians who can afford it. Or maybe who can adopt a child and pay a child to maybe get a better life, get a better education. We just a selfish set of people here. And there's a lot of people are hurting. Everybody hurting in some form. And don't tell me people are hurting financially, because even them who got money still are hurt because they want more money. Hello? If you're just in tune, you're listening to Real Talk with Lavi. And this is a program we come on every Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock. It is 8:48, right? 8:48 Eastern Time down here in the Caribbean island of St. Kitts and Nevis. And tonight there's a passion in me. And like I said, I've learned how to understand the meaning of emotion and passionate. And sometimes the persons would like to get you and say, oh, you're too emotional. But sometimes maybe we need to be emotional to get out what we have inside of us so we won't be too tense and too angry. You understand? And too evil to go out there to take other people's lives. Yeah. Good evening to Glenda Duport. Good evening to Austin Buchanan. I truly appreciate you guys. I'm seeing you guys here. Yeah, I'm seeing you guys here, and it is Real Talk. It is a grassroots show. It is organic. And I'm just going to, like I said, continue to do what I know I can do and see how I can make a difference in bringing some positive lights in our community and be a community advocate in different forms. Sometimes we might not have the monies to do certain things, but we can have the influence to bring persons together to have a reality check. Because there are persons that are over 55 and still acting like they're 15. You know how many people will be telling Lavi, oh, Lavi, you ain't getting no older, girl. You still look 25. I don't look no 25, but thank you if you tell me I look 25. I appreciate it. But what I'm basically trying to say, right? Because somebody tell me I look 25, I must just go out and act like a 25. You understand? I want to be able to know that I have been living on earth for over 55 years of my life. I should be proud and have something to show for those 55 years of on earth. Right? And there's just a lot of people down here in our small island. I don't understand, like people, like they have an issue when they use the word old. And let me tell you this here, right? For the way how you see people jumping 18, 19, 20, 21, under 30. If you make it to 50, to me that's something fantastic. So when you see people and you hear that they over 55 or the 60, the 70, the 80, the 90, people cherish them. What I feel that people need to speak out upon is the evilness inside of people. It is not the age. It is not the color. It is not the status. is the evilness inside of people. And we just need to start seeing more leaders in the home. People coming from home and they really don't have any boundaries in the home. I grew up in a household where you know who was mother from father. I grew up, like many other persons, in a home where you never one time hear who making more money than who ain't making. And you know, when we see people on Facebook, and we're hearing these same black people from St. Kitts and Nevis, some of them because they live out there in the diaspora, and they will basically looking at dollars and cents comparing to have a relationship with a man and a woman. You know, it is really, it's sad because it tells a lot of our people when some of those same people know that they come from parents that they used to work in the cane field, who was water bearer, who was tractor driver or whatever. And those are the people that sacrificed to make many of them where they are today. And they're looking at fake Hollywood. And they basically, all of a sudden we get so Americanized looking at what fake Hollywood is showing to us. And if you notice, even some of those people up there, Beyonce, for instance, and Jay-Z, you don't see nothing about these people with their family. They manage to keep their personal life. Oprah Winfrey, all of them, who are rich and filthy rich. You do not see the personal life. But yet we down here, we have not even get where we're supposed to get. But we're up there giving this fake kind of image on social media. I see somebody write something, but let me read it first before I just go and read it. Somebody is asking me this question, and I don't think I want to put this out, Miss Wendy Knight. The question that you're asking me, I don't think this have anything to do with tonight's topic with family building, and I'm not going to let anybody set me up to be asking me questions of murderers or person that has been killed, because that will be something for you to ask the law enforcement. So I kind of give you my honest opinion on that. My honest opinion is to respect the dead family, and I would respect the dead. So thank you for coming in with that topic. But tonight, comment. But tonight I want to focus on family values. So if you want to basically ask me about my honest opinion and maybe how we would like to see our people in St. Kitts and Nevis be more together, then I feel I could give my honest opinion on that. And it is basically by showing more love. And if you don't know what love is basically being kind. Treat people the way how you would like to be treated. Yes. So that question to you, Miss Wendy Knight, this is not a political platform. It is non-political driven. I know many people would see me that I really like nothing for Dr. Jew, which is the now Prime Minister. Right? And many people are now, they brand me, and I don't mind because I put myself to be branded. And if I support somebody, I'm going to support you, right? And I'm not going to have any regret either because I did what I had to do, okay? Nobody owns me, and I'm not going to be here to allow anybody to come and ask me those kind of questions where the law enforcement or maybe lawyers or legal or whatever supposed to answer. I am not the DPP. Thank you very much. We are talking about family and culture. Why is our culture changed? So Wendy Knight, I am going to ask you, in your honest opinion, how have you seen for the past 20 years, the way, seeing that you're asking me this question, the way how our political leaders have been portraying themselves to the public, even in the House of Assembly, every single last one of them. Very angry, very brutal attacks. How do you see this, in your honest opinion, affected our young generation? Do you think it's time for our leaders to start living up to the role and the responsibility of leadership right here in this federation. I could tell you guys this much. The Honorable, the Premier, Mark Brantley, last week, Wednesday, I wasn't able to come on to do my live because I feel like the timing was going to be a bit too short. It didn't make any sense to come. And there was a number of persons don't even want to listen to the Honorable Premier Brantley. And that says a lot. And when you see people lost trust in persons that you have given them a chance to be in the lead, when you have lost the trust of the people, and most of the time it's because these people are being, I would say, when you lose respect for yourself and when you let that position get on your shoulder. And that's what happened when you see leaders in this position for years upon years upon years. Tell me what really, if they have not shown any respect to the public and for their profession and really being that leader, like the Honorable Premier Vance, the late Vance Emery. I would tell you guys this much. Say what y'all want to say, whether you like this man, whether you like what he believes or not. I have never seen the late Honorable Vance Emery came on social media or in the public basically out of character. There's a lot of number of other persons that I would see that whole other position, because being in leadership doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be in politics either. But there are persons that are in leadership position, persons that are, for instance, the governor for the central bank. I have never seen none of them come out of character. And that's why people even speak about the church. It's not all church. But when you see certain persons that say that they're pastors and you see them out of character, how you expect people to go and respect that particular individual? However, we should not mix up all politicians and we should not mix up all persons because somebody did this and you just throw everybody in the ring like that. But as I say, one bad apple spoils all. Yes, so that's really, sorry folks if you're just in tune, I am just organic, I am real, this is real talk. Nobody text no negativity on this page because it's going to be removed. This page is a non-drama page, and when I come here, like I said, I'm not coming here to be like, but I want no negative on my page. If persons want to hop all the different talk shows and then bring the same game over here, this might not be a platform for you because we share love over here. We spread love. And if you realize my name starts with an L, and I actually consider myself as lovely, lavish, Lavi. It's all L, all beautiful, just the love we're sharing here tonight. So don't think that you can come over here and think you can manipulate or whatever agenda you think you have, and you want to hide behind a fake profile and come on here and expect me to come and answer these questions. I am not going to do it because I have respect for myself. I have respect for my children. I have respect for this media. I have respect for the audience. And I just have respect and a hold. And this is a sense of leadership, people, where you're going to have temptations and you're going to have persons using the time to spread their negativity and their evil across to get other persons to bring these things out. So I just want you to just contribute to what we're saying here tonight. We're speaking of family, building, we're speaking of values. And before I end here tonight, I just want to let you guys know, because we all went through it. The majority of us went through it. Our ancestors went through it. Every generation have an era, right? There are different times when you